Number one picks are meant to be the franchise-altering superstars. You know, that missing piece to finally hoist the Lombardi Trophy. But history shows us that even those pegged as can't-miss prospects carry absolutely no guarantees. Which kind of begs the question, which recent top overall picks have shown the brightest under the spotlight? Who has shriveled in the moment? Well, in this video, we're going to rank in all top 10 ballers taken since 2013, so make sure until you watch until the end. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 10, Travon Walker. Kicking us off at number 10 is the 2002 top selection by the Jacksonville Jaguars, defensive end Travon Walker. Now, Walker has shown promising signs that the Jags fans should be pumped about. During his national championship season at Georgia, Walker recorded 33 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. And that's all despite playing in a loaded defensive rotation. The raw athletic talent was easy to spot, and a chiseled 6'5", 272-pound frame with blazing 451 speed. The Jaguars fell absolutely in love with that upside and believed that Walker could, blossom into an elite pass rushing force. His rookie year was solid, if unspectacular. He got 49 tackles, 3.5 sacks, an interception, and even a forced fumble while helping guide the Jags to an improbable AFC South title. The sack production did leave something to be desired, but hey, Walker flashed disruptive ability against the pass and ran along with steady improvement as the season went on. Still, he was very early in his development, but the tools are there for the 22-year-old Walker to develop into a cornerstone for the Jags defense. Number 9, Baker Mayfield. At our number 9 spot, we have quarterback Baker Mayfield, who was selected number 1 overall by the Browns in 2018. Mayfield took the league by storm as a rookie. He even broke an NFL record for touchdown passes by a rookie. However, Mayfield rubbed some folks the wrong way, and the critics grew even louder over time, chirping about his mediocre-ish quarterback ratings. Fair or not, the former Heisman winner relationship with the Browns had deteriorated quickly, and the frontrunner clearly lost faith, making the polarizing move to acquire Deshaun Watson this past offseason and exiling Mayfield to quarterback purgatory. So, while showing flashes of stardom at times, Mayfield's erratic performances never inspired long-term confidence in Cleveland's regime. Number 8, Trevor Lawrence. Moving on to number 8, we have the first quarterback drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2021, Trevor Lawrence. Heralded as a generational talent and the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck, expectations were pretty high for Lawrence. He dominated college football to the tune of 10,098 yards and 90 touchdowns at Clemson, even leading the Tigers to a national championship as a true freshman. Lawrence looked like an absolute slam dunk future franchise quarterback. But unfortunately, his rookie season was an absolute mess and pretty much just never got off the ground. So why is he still number 8 on our list? Well, for starters, he's only 24 years old, has had barely scratched the surface of his potential, and has also greatly improved throughout the years. That being said, mind you, learning the speed of the NFL game does take time, even for prospects labeled generational. Plus, Lawrence has all the physical tools. He's got a rocket arm, quick release, mobility, and intangibles to bounce back in a major way. With Mayer gone and a solid offensive infrastructure now around him, I'm betting on a big sophomore surge from Lawrence this season. You're already seeing it. Number 7, Eric Fisher. The number 7 spot belongs to offensive tackle Eric Fisher, who was selected first overall by the Chiefs in 2013. With an elite athleticism for his 6'7", 312-pound frame, Fisher was deemed a prototype left tackle and having an all-pro potential coming out of Central Michigan. Now, while he hasn't quite reached those lofty expectations, Fisher has still turned in a very good career anchoring with the Chiefs' offensive line. The big fella started 113 games over 8 seasons in Kansas City, providing steady pass protection from Mahomes during the Chiefs' recent dominant run. Fisher is not going to be wowing the crowd in any sort of predominant sense, but still, he has been a reliable, durable, rock-solid individual at one of the most important positions in football. Fisher gave the Chiefs a sturdy blindside tackle for the better part of a decade. Not a home run pick, but hey, it's solid, and it's consistent production from the #1 overall spot. Number 6, Jared Goff. Coming in at number 6 on our countdown is quarterback Jared Goff, who was the LA Rams selected #1 overall pick in 2016. Goff's rookie season was an unmitigated disaster. He literally failed to win any of his 7 late season starts while posting a bad pass rating of just 63.3. Rams fans were ready to label him a full-on bust. But Sean McVay arrived the following season, putting Goff in a system perfectly catered to his strengths. And the results? Well, Goff enjoyed a scorching hot sophomore campaign, passing over 3,800 yards and 28 touchdowns to lead LA to the playoffs. Building on that momentum, Goff made 2 Pro Bowls in the next few seasons and led the Rams all the way to Super Bowl 53. I mean, sure, they lost to Tom and the Pats, but look, Goff had proved that he could succeed whenever the right offense was put in front of him. Number 5, Jameis Winston. Moving on to our number 5 spot is quarterback Jameis Winston, selected by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers first overall in 2015. Packed with confidence bordering on arrogance, the former Heisman winner entered the league boasting that he'd be the best quarterback of all time. But don't get it twisted here, folks. Winston has always had an elite talent arm and fearless playmaking abilities that puts him into prolific passing numbers that has just gotten better every season. Literally, dude was the best first quarterback in NFL history with back-to-back 450-plus yard passing games. But he countered all those big plays with careless turnovers at an almost unimaginable rate. Winston infamously became the first ever quarterback to throw 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in the same season. Dubbed the Turnover Bakery, his giveaways absolutely killed Tampa Bay time and time again. So while Jameis has flashed the arm talent and playmaking to be an elite quarterback, the maddening decisions and turnover issues have held him back from realizing that full potential that he could be swinging for the fences. Number 4, Jadeveon Clowney. Now at the number 4 spot, we have an explosive pass rusher, Jadeveon Clowney, who was selected by the Houston Texans first overall in 2014. An absolute athletic freak coming out of South Carolina, Clowney made what many consider to be the hit of the century whenever he nearly decapitated Michigan running back Vincent Smith in the 2013 Outback Bowl. Seriously, y'all just need to go back and watch that clip. Clowney explodes through the backfield at warp speed and obliterates poor Vincent, whose helmet had probably flown a good 10 yards backwards. Seriously, it's insane. That mind-blowing athleticism is why Houston drafted Clowney first overall to wreak havoc on opposing quarterbacks. When healthy and motivated, he generally does deliver. He's got 3 Pro Bowl selections and 32 career sacks thus far. Dude is an absolute nightmare to block off the edge. Number 3, Kyler Murray. In the 3 hole, we've got quarterback Kyler Murray, who the Arizona Cardinals selected first overall in 2019. Described as a generational talent due to his electric dual threat ability, Murray actually started his college career over at Texas A&M. Giga Maggies. Murray was, believe it or not, only focused on baseball. But he transferred to Oklahoma and lit the football world on fire, winning that Heisman Trophy with over 4,900 yards of total offense. His dynamism was undeniable. The skeptics did worry about Murray's small stature, though, listed at just 5'10". Hey, he is a short king. That would hamper his NFL transition, but the Cardinals saw a special playmaker in Murray, pulling the trigger to make him the league's first sub-6-foot quarterback to be able to be taken in the first round. Safe to say that the bold gamble has huge dividends already. After steadily improving over his first 3 seasons, Murray exploded as an MVP candidate in 2021. He racked up nearly 3,700 passing yards, 24 touchdowns throughout the air, over 400 rushing yards, and led Arizona to a playoff berth. Lions fans surely remember Murray's outrageous behind-the-back TD shovel pass to be able to put away Detroit with swagger. Number 2, Joseph Burrow. Runner-up on our list is none other than quarterback Joe Burrow, who was selected by the Bengals with the first overall pick in 2020. Scouts adored Burrow's flawless mechanics, accuracy, and poise that was stemming from his explosive 2019 campaign at LSU. But some had worried that whether that collegiate production would actually fully transfer to the pros. Well, I think Joe Cool silenced those doubts once and for all. After a promising yet injury-shortened rookie season, Burrow delivered a historically great sophomore campaign that nearly ended with the franchise's first-ever championship. He sliced up opposing defenses with his pinpoint efficiency that was averaging nearly 300 passing yards per game. And along with that, he ended up snagging 34 TDs. His 70.4% completion percentage set an NFL single-season record, and talking about rising to the occasion, Burrow was absolutely sensational in the playoffs. I mean, seriously, who can forget his unbelievable second half against Kansas City in the AFC Championship? The young gunslinger rallied Cincinnati from 18 down to be able to stun Mahomes and send the Bengals to the big game. Lastly, number 1, Myles Garrett. Claiming the crown for our top spot is Cleveland Browns defense and Myles Garrett. Selected by the Browns first overall in 2017 out of Texas A&M, Garrett hit the ground running from day one with 7 sacks and over 10 quarterback hits as a rookie. He became the first player in league history to record multiple sacks in each of his first 3 NFL games. Yeah, this dude was on a whole different level athletically right away. And Garrett's only elevated his game from there, cementing himself as a hands-down NFL most feared pass rusher today. Standing as a chiseled 6'4", 272 pounds with an astonishing closing speed for his size, few offensive linemen will ever stand a chance blocking Garrett in one-on-one sessions. The production does speak for itself at this point. Through 7 overpowering seasons, Garrett has piled up a staggering 87.5 sacks and 17 forced fumbles, terrorizing quarterbacks with ruthless efficiency. Just ask Justin Fields, who surely has nightmares of being slammed into the turf by Garrett. Dude is an athletic marvel playing at peak disruptive capacity right now. Well, everyone, that wraps up our ranking of the top NFL number 1 draft picks over the last decade. Do you agree with our ranking? Who's too high or maybe even too low in your opinion? Was there somebody that we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section, and of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell for more fire content coming your way. Catch you guys in the next one.